It was supposed to be just another beautiful day in Spain, until it wasn't.
So we have a bit of an emergency because Oskar's nose started bleeding because he needs to breathe oxygen.
And a little chaos in the air.
We have, I would say, a turbulence.
But Spain has a way of turning surprises into stories.
Grete had a birthday today. Happy birthday, Grete. We went back 400 years to relive the novel of Don Quijote, one of the most influential novels ever written. And yes, we did fight with the windmills.
All my departure list either starts with Papa November or Papa Victor. Can you advise where I can find it?
November 752 Lima Alpha, it's not a departure from Pontoise. It's actually an initial departure from 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐵𝐺et, which will be joining via vectors, so you can find it in the list from 𝐬𝐵𝐺et.
Paris gave me a departure from a different airport, so I had to program one airport and take off from another.
No available runway, gear up. (118.8). Thank you, bye. 1011 QNH and left turn 220, maintain 2,000 feet. November 752 Lima Alpha.
We started flying from Paris to Madrid, and you have to fly quite high because in between those two countries is a mountain range called Pyrenees.
You can see that we are wearing these oxygen masks. This is because right now our altitude is 16,000 feet, so we are really high.
And you can probably hear like a steam engine going. This is because we have these nice mountain-high pulse oxygen on-demand system, which means it only gives us oxygen when we breathe in. So this saves like 50% of oxygen. And by the way, in Europe, refilling oxygen costs €200, so it makes sense. In the US, it cost, for me last time, $70.
When we landed on the Pontoise airport in France, then I haven't never experienced this kind of hospitality. Like this guy named Eric was very hospitable. He was so kind, he was so friendly. It was such a great experience what we had with him. So thank you, Eric, if you're watching this.
So we have a bit of an emergency because Oskar's nose started bleeding, and we are at 16,000 feet, so now we have to get the bleeding stopped as soon as possible because he needs to breathe oxygen. And he cannot use the cannula, but we are so high we need to use oxygen. So, but luckily we have masks that you normally use over flight level 180, so 18,000 feet. We are now 16,000 feet. Oskar can maybe, hold his nose so it doesn't bleed, and then get oxygen. November 752 Lima Alpha, requesting lower altitude.
Level 150.
Descend 150, November 752 Lima Alpha.
We are 7,000 feet right now, and we have, I would say, a turbulence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mild turbulence.
Not mild.
This is mild. I don't remember the official word. Light turbulence. Light turbulence.
That for me doesn't feel any mild turbulence. This is already bad. Yeah, I know.
10 degrees, 8 knots, runway 27, clear to land. November.
The handover from Madrid Center happened quite late in the process, so I ended up high and fast, and I reminded myself, when in doubt, go around.
November 752 Lima Alpha, wind is 210 degrees, 8 knots, runway 27, clear to land.
November 752 Lima Alpha, going around.
es 1017 y responda 7250. Echo Charlie Zulu Echo Kilo taxi holding point runway 27.
We are in Spain right now, and so we have traveled for days. I needed to wash some clothes. So we rented a apartment, and luckily they had a washing machine. So I washed all the clothes, but now I need to dry them. But here isn't any dryer. So here is very authentic way how to dry your clothes. You're just gonna put them outside. And this is the system. You're gonna put your clothes here. Now you can just pull the rope, and as you can see, these blouses are moving this way. So now I have enough space, to put new clothes here and here and here. But I have to say it's a bit scary because I don't know if something's falling down. I cannot get it anymore, or I just have to maybe knock on the neighbor's door, but I don't know. It feels a bit scary. It isn't very windy, luckily, so fingers crossed everything's going well, and I can get all my clothes back very dry.
We hopped on the open-top bus to cruise Madrid's parks and shady boulevards, much needed in this heat.
So the bus parked about headphones.
The route snakes past grand facades and tidy neighborhoods, old stone, iron balconies, and that bright Madrid sky. Gran Via never disappoints. The Metropolis corner is a classic postcard every time you roll by. And one of the city's historic gates, Madrid still keeps these markers from when downtown had walls. Top deck verdict, windy, sunny, and totally worth it. Bonus, live music on the sidewalk to finish the loop.
We are in Madrid, and you just saw that right now here is plus 44 degrees in Celsius, which is very, very, very hot. So we just finished our big bus tour. What I can say about Madrid is that it is a very beautiful city, very green city. Here are lots of parks, big trees. So I like the city.
We stocked up with new luggage. Next stop, back to France.
We are in Madrid. It's almost 7 p.m. and today it's my birthday. So we are going to see flamenco, which is national dance in Spain, I think. And we have a dinner there. So see you there. Okay, we have arrived to our live flamenco show, and this includes for us food and drinks. So right now the first course is a traditional tapas menu, which is like the ham, which is and then some omelette. Actually, I don't know even what we have here. But yeah, we will try.
About 10 years ago, I read the book of Don Quixote, and I loved it. I just loved every day of it. It was written in the 1500s by Cervantes, and I just loved how they traveled and what they ate and what adventures they had. And now we're going to follow some of these trails and check out the adventures they had, but also eat the food that they had. And it's so nice to finally be here. We are soon in La Mancha, and to follow the trails of this valorous knight of woeful countenance named Don Quixote de la Mancha. Our first stop is going to be El Toboso, and I bet everyone who remembers the book Don Quixote knows that his true love, the most fairest of the ladies, Dulcinea el Toboso, lives there, and we're going to check out her home.
Museo Casa Dulcinea del Toboso. This charming 16th century house once belonged to Ana Martinez Zarco de Morales, the real-life woman said to have inspired Cervantes' beloved character, Dulcinea.
So Don Quixote's book begins with the famous words, "In village in La Mancha, which names I do not care to remember, lives Don Quixote." So Cervantes doesn't actually name which village Don Quixote lived in, but he names the village of the love of Don Quixote, which is El Toboso. And we are in this village now, and so this is the home of the fair lady Dulcinea el Toboso. So I'm pretty sure that these are wine barrels, yes. So you put grapes in here, and then you stomp on them with your feet to produce wine. Actually, Dulcinea was just somebody who Don Quixote never had the courage to speak to, and she wasn't a dame, she wasn't, like the book says, an ordinary country lass. So an ordinary country woman. So this is an oil press. The local people here in La Mancha made wine and they made olive oil. And look at the sheer size of this one thing, one tool, and the tree that had to be used to make this. And the trees back then were so big. And we just came from Notre Dame, which was reopened, and they actually had a problem in rebuilding Notre Dame because there aren't trees that are so big anymore in the forests. So yeah, you can see the trees back then.
Walking through its rooms feels like stepping back in time. Wooden beams, antique furniture, and rustic kitchens that seem frozen in the golden age of Spain.
The romance of the old times. You can imagine somebody writing a love letter on this table. Back then they were love letters, not text messages. So we continued to stock up on our supplies and find the windmills.
Oskar is making a orange bread.
So I'm buying Manchego cheese, which is from La Mancha, so it's named Manchego. The seller's face started to glow from happiness when a foreigner like me asked for their local cheese. And we finally found the windmills, with which Don Quixote had a battle with. Okay, Oskar and Henrik, do you see those monsters and giants around us?
What do you mean?
Well, you are but novice in these matters of chivalry. Necromancers have turned the giants into windmills. But we are not fooled by these dealings, so we have to attack. We hit the windmills as hard as we could, but the wizards and necromancers were stronger. So somebody has to come back within the next 400 years and vanquish these evil giants once and for all. But now, let us rest and break bread. When I was reading Don Quixote, what I most remembered afterwards was the everyday life. When they sat down, Sancho Panza, and had their meal. And it was very simple meal. They weren't rich, so they could afford the ordinary food here in La Mancha. So we have cheese, which is called manchego. It's the local cheese from here, from La Mancha. We have some cured ham, even though they almost never had meat because meat was expensive at that time. They had meat with goat herders only who had more meat. We have the local bread. We have olives, and actually we're having this lunch here under the olive trees. We have walnuts, which are plentiful here. Boiled eggs, and of course wine. And wine had a very practical reason. Wine, like water, wine doesn't spoil like water. So they had wine skins, and from those wine skins, they could satisfy their thirst. Ah, very good. And this is local young wine. This is what they had. Okay, let's have some cheese. There you go. There you go, Hendrik. Do you want some cheese?
Yeah.
Is it good? Here. Have some local cheese. Please. Ah, it's mine!
Yes!
But I get to eat my egg now. He cracked the egg to his head. Somebody just brought them food. And they're big ants, so they're taking chunks and taking it away to their kids.
Listen, why is my egg like this? Why?
I have wanted to do the tour of Don Quixote 10 years, but the trip ended up being so much more. I mean, Madrid was so beautiful, and we visited El Toboso, We then ended up having a dinner Don Quixote style, and of course the iconic windmills for the boys. And next stop, we're gonna head out to south of France. So tune in next week.